Hi everyone, welcome to day 4. It's me, Siobhan, again, and today we're going to be talking about who make up your wealth team. We all need a wealth team along our journey, and these are the people that we're going to come into contact with right from the beginning of identifying a property, buying the property, and through to the refurb. For those of you who are new and you're not really familiar with the purchase process of a property, in a nutshell, you will identify the property that you want to buy, make the offer, it gets accepted, you exchange contracts, and then you complete. And on completion is when basically everything's been transferred into your name and the estate agent can then hand you the keys. Now, along that journey, along that process, you come into contact with various different people, and these people are your wealth team. So I've already mentioned the estate agent. The other person that you will have to engage, or you should be engaging, is a mortgage broker. They're the people who obviously provide you with a mortgage if you're choosing to go down that route rather than buying cash. So the mortgage broker has access to so many lenders. They have access to a lot more lenders than what we would be able to access if we were to walk into a bank on a high street. So it's always best to engage with a mortgage broker. They will also be able to recommend multiple projects if that's what you want, multiple mortgage lenders if that's what you want, and give you some options. But they can give you the best options for your circumstances, so you're more likely to get accepted. The next set of people that you're going to want to engage or want a part of your wealth team is a solicitor. The solicitors act on your behalf to transfer the details, the deeds, the ownership basically of the property from the seller into your name. Solicitors, you want multiple solicitors on your team just because depending on which lender you are getting the mortgage from, sometimes determines the solicitor that you can and can't work with. So some lenders, such as Kent Reliance is a big one, they have a panel of solicitors that they work with. They only work with particular ones. So if you're going to be getting a mortgage from them, it's worthwhile going onto their website and just checking out who's on that list in order for you to make sure that you're prepared, because the last thing you want is to have paid a certain amount of fees to a solicitor for them to tell you, oh, we can't act on your behalf because you're using this lender. The next people that you want to engage are obviously going to be your build team, because once you complete, you're probably most likely going to want to do a refurb, whether it's light or whether it's complete gutting. You're going to want to engage a build team. So they're going to be obviously project managing it for you, depending on how experienced you are with that. You may be a builder yourself as well, so you might not need so much of the project managing, but ultimately you want a build team, preferably everything in-house. They will have their own electrician, their own tiler, their own plumber, their own plasterer. You don't necessarily want someone that's going to be outsourcing all these jobs. Preferably something that's in-house. Everyone's there, the project managers actively on site as well, managing the process for you. Trust me, I know from experience, you want someone there that's going to manage it. And again, if you're not very experienced, you don't want to try and project manage that yourself. Depending on what your strategy is, whether your strategy is to buy and hold, which means that you're going to be buying the property and renting it out long term, or whether you're going to be flipping the property, which is more of a short term, you'll also want to engage a letting agent, obviously for the rental point of view. So they will be the people responsible for marketing your property, handling all the viewings, and basically getting tenants and managing voids and things like that. With regards to estate agents, obviously they will be in charge of reselling the property, and a lot of estate agents who sell you the property, they try to encourage you to sell. Let's start again. The estate agents that you buy the property from, they tend to encourage you to sell it with them, so allow them to sell it on your behalf as well. That's not an obligation, but obviously they get something out of that. So again, if you're flipping properties, they appear twice in your sort of buying process. So they are very key members of your wealth team. So with regards to that, for you, what I would recommend that you do is start thinking about these people. I'm going to go into more depth in terms of build teams and in terms of estate agents in later videos, in terms of what you should look for and what you should expect. But think about these people and these resources and what you can start to do now, what you can start to build now, and be proactive if you haven't got any properties or if you're thinking of buying another property, and what you can do to start sort of make contact and bring these people all together. So that's your challenge for this video. Just have a think about those components and start building up your wealth team to help you with your property business. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.